Hi everyone, I'm Marla Miller and welcome to the Writer Magazine's Critique My Query. I believe this is our third or fourth query critique. For those of you who have just clicked on, what I do is a version of what I've been doing in real-time workshops as well as on my website, which has just got a new name called marlamiller.com. So you might want to jot that down for your future use, I hope. But what we do is we read a query letter and we listen for speed bumps. We listen for parts of the query that push us out of the story. And that's really important for an author to have that information, because if your query letter is not flowing smoothly, what's an agent going to do? Chances are an agent's going to put it down. So this is just merely for speed bumps. If we can get through queries without speed bumps, then chances are you're closer to emailing that query letter to an agent or an editor. Thank you for sending your queries. I'm getting to them as quickly as we can. And we've also added a forum at the Writer Magazine, and it's called Critique My Query Forum. So if you have any questions or you want to add to my critique, because God knows, you know, it's not the be-all, end-all. I do the best that I can, but I love to have, when in real time in my workshop, we all critique it. I'm not the only one who does it. So please jump on the forum and let's continue talking there. But I want to read the query and then get the critique going, because we don't like these to be more than, you know, in real time, they're never more than 5 minutes. Here we kind of stretch them out to 7. Okay, here we go. Dear Mr. Miss, I am pleased to submit my manuscript, Mysterious Gift, 119,000 word YA to adult science fiction fantasy set in contemporary United States, Egypt, and an alien galaxy. This is the first of a trilogy where the gods of ancient Egypt teach mortals to fight their battles against evil usurpers. Jen's birthday gift controlled her mind, but her dreams freed her to save billions. In Mysterious Gift, a spell-imbued medallion and Jen, a young archaeologist, and her 4 friends come together to defeat Sept, an Egyptian god, to ensure the freedom of the human race rescued from Earth thousands of years ago and displaced on an alien planet. Seph's goals include destroying anyone who opposes him, enslaving all habitable planets, and taking over as the supreme deity. Her job is to rally the troops, defeat an alien race, and a few depraved gods. Yikes. People who read Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson and the Olympian series and his new Kane Chronicles will enjoy this adventure. Along with a passion for Egyptian archaeology, my credentials include a BA in history, participation in several archaeological field digs, and 20 years as a naval flight officer. The above knowledge adds credibility to the fast-paced book. I understand the value of multi-platform marketing. I would be glad to send you my standalone and engaging manuscript. Thank you for your time and consideration. Sincerely. Okay. So this is a short, sweet query letter, and I like the length of it, for sure. I absolutely like the length of it. Couple of problems, though. It appears that this author, it's a gentleman, kind of wanted to cover the gamut of genres by saying that it was either YA through adult science fiction fantasy. Not a good idea. So that was in the first paragraph. I would don't add a couple genres, because all that says to the agent is that you really don't know. And in fact, this author probably does not know that if it's a YA novel, that the protagonist needs to be a YA age, which is, I think, like around 13 or 14 to 21, 21 pushing it. But and you know, sometimes it can be someone who is reflecting back about those years, those wonder years. But it is, the narrator needs to have a voice of that age group. So this is not a YA novel, because this is a woman who, the protagonist is already an archaeologist. Okay, that's cool. So it's a sci-fi fantasy. For those of you who are listening to this, you also have this query letter on the site, on the Writer Mag site. So take a look at paragraph 3, because that's where I would open this. In Mysterious Gift, a spell-imbued medallion and Jan, a young archaeologist, da 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 da. I think that that's what opens this book. I think that it's kind of interesting. I would encourage this author, though, to elaborate that more than he has. So I would get rid of the first paragraph, and I would consolidate that information into the end, and make sure that you define the genre. I would open it, probably the third paragraph, and I would be very careful about attributions, because I got confused in that third paragraph about who was doing what to whom. Okay. I like the credentials of this author, because this is about time-space travel, and this person has experience as a flight officer. He's also been on archaeological digs. So what this says to me is that this author's, probably can deliver the goods of this story, because he has enough experience in the genre that he's writing about. I probably would just hook this a bit more in the story synopsis and send it off to an agent that would be a good fit. And I would suggest looking for Rick Riordan's agent, because if you think that your story is similar, could be his agent's looking for more new Ricks. The other thing that I would encourage you to do is probably, if you wanted to say that this was the first of a trilogy, you can go ahead and do that. My recommendation is you might want to say that it could lend itself, but you want to sell this book. So spend your energy selling this book. And if the agent is interested in this book and gives you a shout out, then you can talk about your other books. But right now we want to sell this one. So I hope that this was useful to you. Again, show me more of this story, and do some of the editing suggestions that I've offered here, and let me know if if you get any nibbles. Thank you for tuning in to Critique My Queries. Send your query letters and meet me at the forum, and we'll continue this chat. Thank you.